And we're live. Welcome, everybody, to Play or Pass. And if you've not watched the show before, what we do is we'll review a movie that was picked last week. And actually, we have two movies that we have to review this week. And we have our panel that is here with us today. Starting on to my left, Mr. Aubin, thank you for hanging out with us and organizing all of this.
Hey, anytime. Thanks. I missed all you guys. Glad to be back.
Glad to have you back. Glad you're back in the saddle. Look at that smiling face. He's so happy to be here with us. We got Roger over there to his left. How you doing, Roger?
I'm well. I want to pass a big old virtual hug over to my brother Aubin. Wish him speedy recoveries and hope he's feeling better.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah. You end up missing him. He wasn't here for a whole week. I mean, missed all kinds of stuff. So, yeah, you're right. The beach down here below. Thank you. Welcome to the show.
What's happening? I hope we just go back to one movie a week because watching two movie weeks is interfering with my walkabout mini golf.
You give a guy legs to walk around, and and he can't have no time to watch a movie. No,
I might not be able to walk around in real life, but in VR, fucker, I got legs and I can move my ass.
Yeah. So yep, you're right about that. And then we got Eddie down there. Thank you for joining us, Eddie.
Yeah, geez, I was looking for some friend to come and help me, but nobody came over.
Yeah, nobody came over to shovel his snow, but that's all right. I got mine yesterday, so yeah. So everyone, thank you for joining us.
He's got 3 times more as you.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he's got more than I got. So you got Red hanging over in the side chat. So Heel, thank you for joining us. Jim is with us, and Patty is hanging with us. So nice to see everybody hanging with us. And again, if you've not watched our show before, we review 2 movies, and we'll also be announcing what movie we're forced to watch next week. And I say forced because sometimes we're kind of forced into watching some of the stuff that you may not really want to watch, but you watch it for the sake of the show and to grudge your way through it. And yes, we know that Aubin watches all of the movies, but I'm not going to watch them all. I'm not going to watch them all, but I will watch some, and I will definitely watch whatever we're forced into watching for the movie. So, hey, Richard, how are you doing? Nice to have Richard hanging with us. So let's go. We'll run through first. We're going to take a look at the movies that we have to pick for next week. So let me grab that window.
While you're doing that, hey Patty, how you doing? I haven't changed my diet. They don't say I have to change my diet. They never will. They never will.
They didn't say I had to change it, so I ain't changing
it. They were happy enough that I brought in food for everyone in the hospital. So
it's good to have friends.
That's right.
So we'll run through some of these are the movies that are options for next week for us to watch, and we will have to watch whatever movie is the number one, whatever's voted. Well, hold on a second here, yeah. Whatever's voted for us to have to watch, we will watch. So we're going to run through, and these are the movies, and we have that vote is on Telegram. So Tyler Perry again with Medea, he's going to keep going to that well because it still makes money. So he's got the new Medea.
We've never done that Tyler Perry movie before, though.
No, true.
Really think about
true.
It. No, we did. Did we do that Alex Cross on the show once?
No.
That was not while I've been on the show.
No, we didn't. No.
I mean, he's been in some movies.
Well, he's been in some movies, but he was in that last one we did.
Don't Look Up.
The one, End of the World. Don't Look Up. Yeah.
Yeah, he's been in movies, but not as Medea for sure. We have not done any Medea movies. So, all right, so we got Medea. That is one option. Big Gold Brick, which is another option, which is a little bit of a comedy. Because actually some of these movies we went through and I looked at through the previews. Oh my God, 3.2.
yeah. I didn't look at that.
All right, and then
right.
All right.
But you got to remember also something, guys. They're new movies, so how many people?
337. 337.
Okay, well, that's not a lot of people. You know?
Yeah, but it's more than like when you have these. Sometimes
Yeah.
you'll see a 9.0 and it's got 10 people, and it was like all the people in the movie,
Right.
and their family
Exactly.
members. So,
Jerry curls, like I said.
yeah.
You remember
Jerry
we
curls,
looked up
right.
Jerry curls. How they
Yeah, it had
a good
high
rating.
rank.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
okay, so Big Gold Brick is one of the options. Desperate Riders is another one. This is an Western, of course, 3.4 with 75 votes. Okay. So, and then we have Downfall, the case against Boeing. So, a little bit of a documentary here for case against Boeing. So, Downfall. Another option is Family Squares, which is a comedy. And this has a lot of big actors in this, and actresses.
Yeah, it's just really great cast.
A
Really
lot
good
of
cast.
big cast in this thing. So, I watched the trailer for it, and I almost got Blue to watch it the other day, and she nixed it there at the last minute. Then we have Licorice Pizza. So Licorice Pizza, this is an Oscar-nominated movie. So just to let you know, this movie just came out. It hit and somehow gets on the Oscar list. 7.6 with 45,000 people. Okay. No comment. So then we got No Exit, which is a thriller, kind of a scary movie. I watched the trailer on this. There's somebody in a van. The van is outside, and there's a whole bunch of people in a restaurant. And the girl that sees the girl that's in the van doesn't know which one of those people that's in the restaurant is the driver of the van. So that's basically the gist of the story. Definitely looked like a thriller. We got Desperate Hour.
Another
Naomi
good
Watts.
cast also.
Yeah. Oh yeah. This we did. I think we looked at the trailer. I glanced at the trailer on this. So another movie, Desperate Hour, and that's all of them. Yeah, that's it. So we have the Medea, Big Gold Brick, Desperate Riders, Downfall, The Case Against Boeing, Family Squares, Licorice Pizza, No Exit, and Desperate Hour. And right now, which one is leading the pack on our voting?
Medea.
Medea was last.
Medea with like one vote.
I don't think I've watched a Medea movie in 10 years.
It's been a while since I've seen it. I've not watched one.
I normally don't watch Medea movies, but I did watch this one, and I must say I did chuckle. I
okay.
did.
All
right.
You know, he said some funny stuff to me.
Yeah. So and I mean, you know what you're getting on this movie. I mean, so if that gets again, we'll announce it by the end of the movie. If you've not voted on Telegram, the links are below. That takes you to the Player Pass Telegram room, and go and vote so that we get to watch it. And the thing is if you're going to vote, you vote in the poll on Telegram, you make sure your butt watches the movie too, because don't vote for some sucky movie and then you don't watch it, because we're gonna watch it, so you should be forced to watch it too. So Medea, we'll see which one of these movies makes the list for the movie to watch this week. So let's go ahead and start with Kimi.
We got
to start with Kimi. So we got Kimi, which is a movie with Zoe Kravitz, Lenny Kravitz, and what's Lenny Kravitz's daughter with
Lisa Bonet.
Lisa Bonet. Bonet?
Yeah.
Bonet, yeah.
So this is a movie just came out, HBO Max, thriller drama. Basically, she's an introvert that doesn't like to go outside, and she's kind of forced to go outside. So we'll go ahead and start rolling with that. So what was your guys' thoughts of Kimi? Well, the floor is open.
Thought it was long and boring.
Okay.
Roger said long and boring.
The first 45 minutes were excruciatingly painful.
Agreed.
Yeah. But it did pick up though.
The last 10 minutes of it. I mean, put it this way. Everything up until they came back to the apartment, the killer, and their neighbor was there. Okay, from that part on, I enjoyed the movie. Yeah. Everything else before that sucked. And while we're here talking, one thing that drove me nuts. So she works at home. She's a computer person. Blah, 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 blah. So she's in the room reconnecting her router Okay,
Yes.
but yet she's still on a video conference with that guy who's someplace else.
Yes,
So,
I actually caught that. I'm like, how is your Wi-Fi working?
So I'm like, okay. I mean, technically, she could also have like a separate
Her
5G
phone.
system that's not running off that. But no, I just took it. They figured we're all freaking idiots and wouldn't notice that she's still able to have a conversation, video chat with somebody while she's reconnecting the freaking router. So it just drove me freaking nuts.
Yeah, and that nail gun thing was ridiculous.
Yeah. Red's got a problem. After watching Kimi, I traded him a Colt 45 for a nail gun.
Not that the nail gun couldn't kill you, but it's not going to kill you from across the freaking room.
No.
Yeah. I mean, I'll say that I agree with the Beach on it that it was very slow. The sex scene was interesting. The guy that came over and had sex, and you could tell as soon as they're done having sex, she did her business. Then she's washing the sheets because I'm thinking, her OCD kicks in, and she's got to wash all the sheets. And but it was slow until she started listening to the thing, and I was like, okay, so that somehow this murder has some ties to this. I'm going to call it an Amazon knockoff. It's supposed to be about like your Alexa is how it listens, and so that you knew that it's the higher ups in the company are tied into it. So when they're like, oh, just come on in and we'll check this out. So the nail gun, I just thought was kind of funny.
I gotta say though, because I thought that it was going to be better than it was, especially because it was Steven Soderbergh.
Yeah.
But his last couple movies have really dropped off. Because like we did that other one that he did, and it was like, what am I watching? I didn't think Zoe Kravitz was as bad.
No, I actually thought
an actress. I thought she did pretty good.
Yeah, agreed.
To make me have that feeling of, like, okay, well, she's so OCD and understanding why she was doing the things that she would do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Me too. But it just didn't make sense. The things that she
was
doing just didn't make any damn sense, unfortunately. And that's not her fault. That's the script's fault. Again, I'm with the script.
Right.
Like,
well, I know. I mean, I do. She explains why she was the way she was because she was assaulted.
Yeah.
So that made her afraid to leave the house. But once she'd been taking all those pills, seeing a psychiatrist. But once she had 3 guys break into her apartment, she kills them all. And next thing you know, she's a woman about town. So I guess screw all the therapy and the drugs. Let me knock off a few people and I'm empowered now. I'll just kill them.
I didn't understand why they had the voyeur neighbor in the movie whatsoever. They should have just had his role played by the boyfriend, by the guy that came over and was stooping her. Him being there at the end would have made much more sense than a voyeur who had
the other guy that
well, I'm just guessing that they're they tried to play into it that there's lots of these people that especially in these big cities when you live in these apartments. And to me, all right, I'm in a house. I'm sorry, when it gets nighttime, I'm closing the blinds.
Yeah.
So, and I'm in a house, and there's no way in hell that I'd be living in a big city with all of my blinds open because I like to walk around half naked. I mean, I don't need a lot of women knocking on the door trying to get in. Saying they've been checking me out from a hall across the street.
Top half or bottom half, by the way.
Whichever. You never know. Sometimes I like to be free.
I gotta say,
I like to air dry. I like to air dry.
It's like you like to air dry, but I know what you're saying. But when you have one of those apartments that you're living in that are so high up, and you don't want to cover up that view with
at night?
a shade.
At night?
at night, because especially because until you ever go up in something that high and you look out, you don't want to miss anything. Because you see so much.
Yeah, and I don't want people watching me.
No,
I feel
I know, but
uncomfortable.
if you're like really high up, no one is watching you. I can see it when it's that way, but when when you're like only say 20 stories up and you can see another building that's level with you, no, I'd be able I'd have to cover up the windows. You know what I mean? But
I mean, she was only on
really
the
high,
third,
like,
fourth,
you take like
third or fourth floor.
yeah, but a lot of
wasn't.
people that live in these high-rise buildings where their buildings are very close together and all the blinds are open.
Yeah.
Most of these people have telescopes. They're looking all over the building.
Yeah, you're looking at everything.
It's part of the game. You want to live so high up, you got to let everybody see what the hell you're doing.
Yeah. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. I mean, it was not as bad as I went into this movie expecting to really dislike it, and I didn't dislike it as much as I thought I would. I mean, a valid point about the movie is pretty slow for 2/3 of it. And at the very end is the only time that it actually gets it's there, and you get that 10-15 minutes and it's done. So I'll give Zoe. I thought she did a good job. She wasn't horrible in this, in my opinion. She her character, she wasn't, but because she's supposed to be kind of that person that's uncomfortable in their own skin.
Right.
So even if you're not a good actress, maybe you can, but I enjoyed it enough that I would.
With that nail gun, with the battery power?
Yeah, they're battery powered now.
That was a
Yeah.
one.
We have one that's battery powered.
But even battery powered, the way she was shooting like she was an expert.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Like it's not logical. Can you pick up an instrument and you know how it goes?
I think who deserves the biggest praise in the whole movie is Rita Wilson for picking up a full paycheck for about 22 minutes worth of work.
Yeah.
And that's 22 minutes on set. Her entire time on set was 22 minutes.
Yeah, it wasn't long because she has one. She was the one in the office, right?
Yeah. She's got two scenes.
Yeah.
She's got two scenes, and she's out of the movie.
A telephone call, and
but right. Zoe, how many costume changes did she do in this movie? I think she was wearing the same pants all the time.
And she was in that little T-shirt.
Yeah. She does have a nice body. I'll give her that.
It's all right.
She's a pretty girl.
Yeah. I like that. That it forced her to conquer her fears. You know what I mean? I do gotta say that about it. I know it was slow and all that, but I don't look at a movie like that, about how slow it is. I'm trying to understand the story and everything that's going on with it. But like I said, Soderbergh hasn't been doing that for me. He did do the where he kept me on edge about the fears, but it's just not the Steven Soderbergh that I really used to really enjoy.
Yeah. Oh, okay. All right. Well, hey, let's go ahead. We're at 23 minutes into the show, so we'll go ahead and we got another movie to still cover, and then the other news. So, player pass, and how we do this is that if you would recommend this to somebody else, that would be a play. If you would not want to put your name on this with one of your friends, that would be a pass. So, player pass. You guys go ahead and let us know what you think. We'll start with Beach down here. Beach, play or pass for Kimi?
Pass.
All right, pass on that. Eddie,
I give it a soft play, but don't forget I don't have any friends.
Good point. All right, Roger, play or pass?
Well, in the words of Randy Jackson, it's a pass for me, dog.
Thank you, dog. All right, so we got a pass from Roger. Alban, play or pass?
It's a soft pass for me because, like I said, I look at it and say, okay, well, Zoe did do a good job. I'm not into girls with blue hair though, but she did do a good job, and I felt, you know, not that you should ever get an award for this or anything, but you know, if you got nothing, if you got the time to waste, you can spend your time watching it. If you're someone who has fears, a soft play.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And I'm gonna be the same way. It's I didn't hate it as much as I thought I was gonna hate it, but well, I'm gonna go with a pass because I using the would I recommend this to one of my friends?
Yeah.
There's only a handful of people that I could recommend it to and not have them come back and smack me in the face. Blue didn't like it. Blue was like, she didn't like it, so she'd pass on it. But it's not as bad as it's not a horrible pass, but definitely not a play. So, and I'm looking through. Mostly, we got passes over here. We had Jim did give it a play, so we got a few people. Excuse me. So we have that. What about the Telegram?
Telegram. What do we have here? I'm trying to scroll up to it. I'm trying to.
Just trying to get up there. Good grief.
Yeah,
I can't find it.
I'm on it. We got it's 44% play, so we got
play.
We got
it just went to 60.
Oh, okay. Maybe I need to refresh that then.
Yeah, hold on, I'll go there.
I got 4 for play and 5 or 5 for no.
Okay. All right. So it's close to 50-50, maybe a few more on the passes than the plays, but so yeah, watch this.
It's 6-4 now.
Yeah, it's 6-4 now.
Okay, so yeah, it's more passes than plays. So yeah, it wasn't a clean sweep for a pass, but yeah, but a good point. I'll give you one of the pros that, and I forgot to mention this. The pro to this movie, it's 1 hour and 20 minutes long.
Short and sweet.
So,
right.
Hey,
and like I said, the first 45 were excruciating. So,
yeah. Well, I mean, that's when I saw how long it was. I turned on and I started watching it, and I was like, "Holy crap, it's dragging on!" So immediately clicked to see how much was left, and I was only like 12 minutes into it, and I was like,
yeah, but I mean, we watch so many bad movies. We watch a lot of bad movies that are 2.5 hours long.
Yep.
And it's like, okay,
I got
an hour and
I got.
Listen,
I have a serious question for you guys that I was thinking about, because you remember the days of, back before we were streaming like we are now. Okay, Friday night's here. We're gonna go to the movies. You're gonna pick out a movie that you see in the newspaper. You've heard the trailer from the trailer guy, and you say, "Okay, I'm gonna go watch this movie." You stand online, you pay for your ticket, you go watch the movie, and the movie just really sucks.
Okay.
What did we do then?
Beat the shit out of somebody.
Bitched about it.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
But also, we didn't see as many movies
now.
as we see now. We didn't see as many movies as we do now. I mean, we are spoiled.
But there were better movies, I think. That there are.
Yeah, I mean, that's
think about how many movies are coming out a week.
Well, I had the same conversation with a friend of mine today. We were talking about movies. We talk about once a week. See anything good? Watch anything good? Come back. And I said, I think now that everybody has their own streaming service. There's Netflix, there's Disney, HBO Max, Paramount. So they're just looking for, you got a script, you got a script, you got a script, you got a script.
Right.
Oh, we'll make it. They don't give a shit. And they'll just push it to get it out for the people who actually subscribe.
Yeah. So they have more to their library.
I just saw South Park about that from 2 or 3 years ago, where Netflix was just making shows about anything,
Yeah.
Exactly.
You're right. Yeah, I think you're right on
So,
that. I think it's,
yeah.
so yeah, it's there is more junk out there, and we watch
There is,
more,
so-
and I think we're gotten more critical. I know that
Yeah, but-
especially with this show, we've gotten more critical. You know, with
But also the quality control of the movies that are coming out right now. Like you said, you're just trying to get them out as quick as possible. You know, and let's throw it up and save it 6 on the wall. You know,
Right.
that's what's happening.
Right.
So, all right, well, let's go ahead and jump to our next movie. So, which is American Underdog, and if for you guys that may be over in the UK, this is Egg Ball. So we're going to be talking about that. So, in the US we call it football, but over there they call it Egg Ball. So we're going to talk about Egg Ball, which is based on a true story, and American Underdog, and this has to do with Kurt Warner, a Hall of Fame quarterback in his life story of sorts. So, all right, we'll open the floor. So, what do you guys think? American Underdog. What did you guys think of this?
Well, this one I didn't want to watch at all. I was disappointed, if you remember back when it got picked. And God, was I surprised. I enjoyed. I wanted to like Kimi because I'm a sci-fi fan, and I liked this movie 10 times more than I like Kimi.
Right.
This movie had heart. The script was great. It was not. I mean, it was about football, but it was a love story. Above all, it was a love story, and it had heart. It made me tear up in 2 different places.
Oh yeah, your
know?
allergies will act up in this. Your allergies will act up in this.
I'm from Iowa, so I already knew Kurt Warner's story. Is why I wasn't interested in watching this movie. And they didn't film it in Iowa. None of that was Iowa. But anyway, it was. I liked it. I enjoyed this movie. The acting was all pretty good. The story was great. Kurt Warner is the best Super Bowl story out there. I don't name me another quarterback that has a better Super Bowl story than Kurt Warner. I don't think he can. I don't think it's possible. I'm glad they waited for so long to make the movie. I watched some extras for this movie, and they tried to get it made for like 10, 15 years, and the script was never right. And I think the script was right. I enjoyed it.
I found this movie in the beginning. I found because I'm not a football guy. I'm a soccer guy. But, I said, well, am I really going to like this movie? And then as it started going in, and when his friend said, you want to go to, teach me how to dance. He said, well, you're going to have to, there's the belt buckle. When I saw the belt buckle and I saw all the belts on the wall, nailed to the wall, because I collect belt buckles, so I know what it is. And when he gave him the belt buckle, it's a Western belt buckle. I said, it's made out of Montana silver. So I said, he's giving him his best shot. He's giving the best belt buckle, to go out and do it. But the relationship, what I really liked about this was the relationship he had with his girlfriend's son, Zach.
Yeah, yes.
How he adopted to him, how he took him on, and that brought a tear to me.
Okay.
And that's
Did anybody watch the credits? The credits, they showed the real person.
Oh yeah.
That brought a tear to my heart too.
Yeah, all those kids.
All those kids, 7 kids, wow. Plus, Zach was sitting right beside him, Yeah.
It has a lot of, and to me, it's a little religious. It's also a little bit of sports. It's also a little bit of dedication and feeling that you're not going to give up on your dreams. It is a love story. It's a story of friendship, acceptance, like him accepting her and her family, and when she was very self-conscious of her family and her son's handicap issues, his sight issues, she was worried about that. So it has so many little things going on, and I thought that they they melded it together really well. And I will say, C-Man watched this prior to me seeing it, because him and I had said something about it because I like football, and he says this is one of the best movies I've ever seen, and this was before I ever seen it. He messaged me the other day, says he's watched it 6 times.
Well, that's nice.
Because he says he likes it that much. So,
but what could how would you class this movie? Would you class it as a love story, as a football story, or as
it was a biography? It was a biography.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think you have to be a football fan to enjoy this movie.
No. You don't.
The story.
I gotta say, yeah. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Aubin.
I was gonna say though that I'm glad that you guys liked it, because I know 2 weeks ago when we said we're gonna do this, and it was like I was hearing groans, and I really enjoyed this movie, and I'm like they're gonna have to like it, because it was there was so much, and I thought it was because it was Super Bowl time, and a lot of people were, I guess, didn't want to see Rams do anything or whatever, and I was just like, what? This movie is so good. I really love the whole story. I normally, I like Zachary Levi, but I could never thought I could ever see him as a football player. You know what I mean? In my eyes, he's always going to be Chuck to me. He's always Chuck. Yeah. Okay, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
or Shazam, didn't he?
Yeah, I love him as Shazam.
He did Shazam. Yeah, but he's still always going to be Chuck to me, because that's when I first started watching him. Yeah. But he did a good job at it. And I know he is a good actor. And he did seem buff for this. It's like he put some weight on for this. I didn't know if Anna Paquin was going to be able to, be what she was, but until I saw what the real wife looked like at the end, then I said, "Oh, okay, all right."
Yeah, she was pretty close on point to the real.
Yeah,
the real.
Now, everyone in Iowa during the Barnstormer run, everybody just referred to her as the wired-haired gremlin. That was her name in Iowa, was the wired-haired gremlin.
Really?
Yeah. Because the Barnstormers, Iowa doesn't have any professional sports whatsoever, right? So when the Barnstormers came, it was a big freaking deal for us,
Yes, and that was in arena football, which that was one of the things Blue and I talked about. And she says, "Arena football." I'm like, "Yeah, a lot." That had a lot of teams around the country, and I said, "It's fast. I mean, it's designed to be fast paced and your go, and
you don't go to the concession stand during the game, because you're gonna miss way too freaking much,
Yeah.
All right. Now that all the praises are over,
I knew you didn't like it.
Now here comes the freaking counterpoint. All right,
the truth.
Exactly. Okay, I felt like someone shoved a stick in my wheels so I couldn't move, and I was forced to watch a Hallmark movie of the week, Love Fest. Crap.
Oh my God!
Kind of has a Hallmark feel. I can admit.
You look at the freaking cover, and I'm expecting to watch a football movie that's based on Kurt Warner's playing career. No, I got a love story between him and his wife, and a little bit of football tossed in. So it was just like, oh God! It was like, how much longer do I have to watch this? So yeah. Other people liked it.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Good point. Hour and 52 minutes.
You said C-Man has watched it 6 times.
6 times.
I'm sorry.
I'll say that Anna's Tan had a point about Anna's accent bothered me. Her accent and her hair. But then again, when
her hair is real close to
then when we saw what her real hair looked like, I'm like, okay, well then that makes sense, because I'm thinking, God, couldn't they have done something else with her hair? But then it all kind of comes together. It's like, okay, all right, I understand what you're trying to do, and it's closer to the truth.
And one thing that the biggest thing I had problems with is Zach Levi and Anna Paquin trying to play 20-something-year-old college students.
Yeah, when they were.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was a fifth year. He was a fifth year senior. Remember?
He was a 12th year. He was a 12th year senior.
It said a fifth year senior. I was like,
but
yeah.
So that makes him 23 tops. 24 maybe if you got held back once in grade school.
Yeah.
And here, I think Zach Levi's got to be 40 something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kept thinking about that, his age, and I'm like, man, that's rough. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sheesh. I could barely walk nowadays, and this guy is up there, tossing the ball and getting hit.
Yeah.
It ain't easy. It ain't easy.
Man.
I knew you didn't like the movie, Dave.
Up,
Man, I when we talked about it a couple times, just whatever, I just
yeah. I knew the counterpoint was coming when we talked in big.
That's why I wanted to hear everybody else when the giant love fest was on. Oh, made me cry, got me weepy, and I said, yeah. Put it this way, if my eyes were watering, it's from crying because I have to watch this shit. It's like tortured.
You
didn't get all teary at the end?
I got misty twice. I really did.
There was a couple of spots that the allergies were kicking in.
Yeah.
There was a couple spots. So, all right. Well, that's interesting. I was looking through. So Tan said, he was asking what movie that a sports movie, and Beach says he liked Rudy.
I love Rudy. One of my favorites. Top 10.
Yeah, Rudy's a good movie.
Yeah. Hey, Beach, have you ever watched Brian's Song?
Oh my God.
Brian's Song.
I cry every time. If we watch it now, I'll cry.
Yeah.
Yeah, and The Waterboy is a great sports movie.
Hey, I was just watching. Just last night, I was watching Happy Gilmore. That's a sports movie.
You go. And that's a great use of a nail gun.
I do love both of those movies.
Yeah, me too.
Well, hey, I will. All right, so Blue likes to have like the TV on for a few minutes. She likes to have it on when she goes to sleep. Well, I will leave it on for about 10 minutes, and then I'm like, okay, that's got to come off because I like it dark.
Mm-hmm.
And we put
are you shutting it off on her at night?
Yeah. I'm running this shit.
You don't have no time on that TV?
And so it's funny. So we were watching Happy Gilmore, and next thing you know, we're like 35, 40 minutes into a both of us laughing and giggling. I'm like, we got to turn this off because we're never going to go to sleep because I keep giggling at parts of it. So,
yeah.
In your hole.
All right. So,
try watching Kingpin and not laughing.
Oh yeah, another good one. So let's go ahead. We'll run through player pass. Hey, did we give everyone time to talk on this one? I'm sorry. Alvin, did everybody get a chance?
Yeah.
Okay. I just want to make sure.
I liked it and I hated it.
Yeah.
Okay. So all right. So we got that. So we're gonna do player pass, and so play means.
But I do have to say one thing. But 1 second, Todd. I just want to say one thing quick. How did you guys feel about the football scenes of them actually playing the game? How did you feel about those? I thought they were pretty good. And how did you guys feel about it?
Well, parts of them they used the real footage at different points.
Yeah.
At different points, they actually did use real footage. You could tell when it got a little bit off.
No, but I'm talking about when you would see them acting. You know what I mean?
The sports action was good in my opinion.
Yeah, I thought that was something. It made me feel for him more. You know what I mean? And
right, the kid that played Isaac Bruce could play on any college level team. I mean, that kid was good. I don't know who he is, but
yeah.
All right, so we're going to go through player pass. No worries. So player pass. So if you would recommend this to or your friends, that would be a play. If you would not recommend this or ever want to watch this again, be it a documentary, a love story, or a sports movie, then it would be a pass. So decide play or pass. We'll run through everybody on the panel as well as people in your side chat. The beach. Play or pass. It was a quick one. All right, Eddie, what do you think? Play or pass?
Oh, for me, this is a super play, man. Oh yeah.
All right, good job. Thank you. Let's see, Roger, play or pass for
It's a
American
play because
Hero.
I already suggested it to my little brother, and he watched it and he cried too. So we're both pussies.
Okay. So let's see. Who else we got here? Aubin,
Me.
play or pass?
Yeah, definite play for me.
Okay.
Definite play.
And I give it a play. I'll give it a play. I mean, if you're an absolutely you don't like sports, maybe you won't watch it. But it has a lot of heart. So I think to me, even
It's
if you're
a
not a
love
big sports
story.
fan,
It is not a sports. It's not a sports movie. Yeah, it's a freaking love story.
Yeah, he could.
Like I said,
He loved football.
False
Yeah, he did.
advertising.
He loved
He
football.
loved football. That was it. Well, one is his wife, but
Yeah, so we got mostly plays. A couple. Patty gave it a soft play. What about the Telegram chat? What's the vote on that?
Oh, I didn't even look at that.
Kimi.
I'm done with the other thing.
Okay, hold on. I'm looking. So it got 60% plays, 40% pass. So
It's up to 70 now.
okay, so
Okay,
mostly
70.
plays.
Someone want to tell me how many people to count? Someone hit
Three
results?
against.
which I am
Eddie.
proud to be one of.
Eddie, you voted pass for that movie in the poll, and you just gave it rave reviews on air.
Yeah. So we can't trust
Eddie. Oh my gosh, Eddie.
So all right. So yeah, for the most part, we got it. This will be a play movie again. Definitely, if you watch it, it's just going to kick up your allergies. So have you some Kleenex. You know. So all right. So that's what we got here. And where are we at for the movie for next week? Where are we looking at for that, Alvin?
It looks like Medea. We're at 34%.
Well, I'm gonna watch it, and I hope I giggle. I hope I got some giggles in there.
I think you're gonna giggle. I think. I think that you'll giggle because I did also, and but hey, I liked some of these other
but
films.
There wasn't much to choose from this week because
No,
they all
and
look like stinkers.
Well,
and I'm telling.
okay,
I'll be honest with you guys. That Licorice Pizza.
Yeah, you want to talk about it?
I had somebody tell me it was good.
Okay. Well, you watch it, Beach, and get back to me.
I will. Yeah.
Get back to me.
It's not that I don't think it wasn't good. I think it was that how can this movie win? Get nominated when there were so many others that should have.
Spider-Man.
Was it just because right? I'm still lost on how those movies didn't make anything. And here comes this girl. She comes along with her 3 sisters and her mother and father, and they star in a film, and it gets nominated. Is that because it was Bradley Cooper in it?
And he didn't play a very big part, so
no,
that wasn't a very big part. So.
Right.
So to me, the reason why it got nominated, it's an artsy fartsy movie, and it's a throwback to the 70s, and it came out right before the nominations. So if you release a movie right near the end of that cutoff time,
especially the artsy fartsy ones,
you have a greater chance of getting on the list because people are like, oh, that's going to be great, and they didn't even watch it. I watched it. I think some of us talked about it. I was uncomfortable from a 25-year-old and she's a 25-year-old girl with a 15, 16-year-old boy.
Yeah. What if you gender swap that?
Yeah, I'm uncomfortable. I was uncomfortable through all of that, and I don't know. Maybe that's me being old-fashioned.
But they didn't really do anything.
They did.
Back at the beginning.
But they did.
In the beginning?
Not at the beginning.
No,
remember they did later on.
Yeah, later on.
But they still did it in the movie.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just, I don't know. It's that throwback where they do that. Hollywood does that throwback movie, and I'm trying to think of that one that was the one where the murders that happened up in Hollywood. Shit.
Sharon Tate.
Yeah.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Right. So that movie got all kinds of raves. Now
it was horrible.
That wasn't as bad, but it did not deserve the this was one of the best movies. It got nominated all up and down that year.
It's my least favorite Clinton movie.
Well, I mean that's why, like Jim has typed in the side chat talking about how Coda won a Screen Actors Guild award as the best movie. So I mean, not having seen some of the other movies been nominated, but it deserved it because it's one of the best movies I've seen this year.
Yeah,
and I would vote for it to win.
Well, and we've talked about Cruella.
Yep.
I thought Cruella. I expected to hate Cruella.
Me too.
Expected to hate it, and at the end, I'm like, I'll watch that again. I mean, it was that good. And so there was movies, and again, West Side Story. That's nominated for a freaking Oscar. Well, of course, it's a musical. Hollywood's all up, always gets excited about a damn musical.
It's a remake, fucking musical. At that, there's a perfectly good original out there.
And not to sound bad, but I think it's because it's a musical, and it was, it had a lot of different ethnic groups. I think those two things are like, oh, well, we got to nominate that. Well, I don't want to nominate just because it checks certain boxes. And to me, it was just, I'm like, really? You're going to nominate that? So this Licorice Pizza, this didn't get voted. I can't wait for us as some of a group that more of you guys watch this, that we actually sit down and then you guys can tell me what you thought about these on a one-on-one basis. So. So, all right. So that was a vote. I'm sorry. We'll go because we're getting ready to go. We're going to go ahead and go into the overtime, the extra 30 to 30 minutes or so that we're going to talk about other movies and other TV shows and other movie type stuff. So make sure to watch Medea's new movie for our show for next Wednesday. And let's go ahead and start talking about TV shows and movies and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I got a bunch of them here on the side.
Yeah, I figured you probably did. You're like, I got a bunch of topics.
Here.
Hey, all right, before you go bring in all your
cut out
topics.
Yeah, go ahead. Okay, go ahead.
The TV show that I would like to suggest or ask you guys to check out, which was the Justice one, the Guardians of Justice.
I got it. I downloaded it all last night. I haven't started it yet.
Is that a show or is that a movie?
TV show.
TV? Guardians of Justice?
Here it is. I got it right here. Guardians of Justice. It's quirky. It's only 20-minute episodes. I haven't figured out if I really like it or I dislike it because it's got actors in it, and then it's got like 2 or 3 different kinds of animation in it, and as well as like your Batman from the 60s look where he hits him and it's like pow bang, and it's like all in there. So I haven't figured out if I really like it or if I really dislike it. I've only watched one episode, but look forward to watching the rest of the episodes and hearing from you guys and hearing what your thoughts is on Guardians of Justice, which is, again, all 7 episodes are out on the internet.
Whose mic is making all that noise?
Yeah, I don't know. That's annoying though.
That's why I muted mine just in case earlier.
Yeah. Is that you, Eddie?
Eddie?
Yes.
All right, yes. All right.
Yeah, just 10
so, all right, so Yeah. So that's my suggestion, TV show that I would suggest you guys to check out and let me know what you think.
Okay. And is it just, or is the whole season out already?
Yep,
Yeah,
7
yep.
episodes.
Okay.
It all dropped last
7
night,
episodes. Okay.
or maybe the night
And
before.
Yeah.
who's acting in it? Anybody we know, or
Oh, there's somebody. There's
Who?
somebody in it. Diamond Dallas Page is in it because
okay.
Blue says, "Do you know who this voice is?" I'm listening, and I'm thinking.
Uh-huh.
She goes,
Oh,
"I'm gonna
Denise
say a
Richards?
wrestler," and it took me a couple minutes, and I was like, "Is that DDP?" She goes,
Oh.
"Yep."
Yeah.
Andy Milonakis
Yeah.
and Denise Richards are in it too.
Yeah.
Is my mic okay now?
No, it's there's a whole
No.
bunch of background noise. Ed.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
because I had to jump up because the screen froze on me. I don't know why.
Yeah. All right. Now it's gotten better. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So so that was my suggestion.
and-
You guys let me know what you think.
And
Well, when you
as
sat
we
back,
talk about
it came
DDP,
back, Ed.
It did?
Yeah.
Lean towards your computer again. It went away. Well, no, now it's.
No, it's
I don't know
still
what the deal was. It's still here.
Yeah. As we talk about DDP, let's also say remembrance to what's his name's birthday is today. Oh my gosh, I just saw a clip.
I don't know any wrestlers other than Hulk Hogan.
Ric Flair.
Oh, Ric
Flair's
Flair.
birthday. Yeah, 72, I believe. So
Styling and profiling.
I do know those guys because they're old.
Yeah. All right. What do we have here? Okay. The Prodigal Son.
Season 2.
That's well, yeah. They want to because the fans are trying to bring it back. So they had a petition going, and it looks like it might go through.
Okay.
That they'll bring that back.
I wasn't a fan, but
yeah, neither was I. But hey, it's good to see that.
Yeah, that
knowing
they can do
that,
that.
oh, okay, that when you can do that, because there are a lot of shows that's happened with. Paramount movies are no longer going to be widely available in streaming. What else do we have here? Atlanta, the show Atlanta is going to be ending. It'll be it's coming back, but it is going to be its last season.
Okay.
They're gonna end it with season 4, and that's at FX. And with another one here, Fargo was renewed for season 5 at FX.
Okay, I'll watch that.
Okay. Peacemaker, as most of us already know, will be got its second chance with the second season.
Yeah.
And that is another show that you either like it or you're gonna hate it.
Yeah.
Because it's quirky. You can't go into it as a serious TV show.
Nope.
It's making fun of itself.
Yep.
So it just depends on. I've heard both sides of people that just absolutely hated Peacemaker. I actually liked it. I found, and we laughed at a lot of parts, but it's making fun of itself. It's making fun of superheroes in a way, and it's John Cena. I'm sorry, John Cena. His comic timing is really good. I mean, he definitely has a certain genre that he can do. Please don't be a serious actor. Don't be a serious actor.
Right.
But do what you're good at. Do you.
Patty, I don't think that there's going to be a second season of 1883.
No, it was announced.
It's over.
It was announced.
It was announced. It's over.
No, finished 83.
Yeah.
And that's another show that it'll get you your allergies kicking up. That show had my allergies flared up. I was like, who has some flowers in here? I'm allergic to something in here.
Now this is one I can't wait for. Is this a new one going to be called Blockbuster? It's got Melissa Fumero from Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and it's going to be about the last Blockbuster store that's open, that's still open. Yeah,
is that the one that's like in Oregon or something?
Something like that.
Ain't it in Oregon?
Yeah. Somewhere.
I love Randall Park. He's funny.
Yeah,
Randall Park
he's funny. He is. The Alien TV show that's supposed to be coming. It's going to be it's going to take place before Ripley, but the show it's going to be before Ripley. So you guys know.
And I seen John Carpenter said since the last time we all talked that he's thinking about doing The Thing Part 2. The original John Carpenter.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
that was great.
Yeah. So
that's great.
I'm excited for that.
Okay, I'm excited for that. Yeah, Martin Lawrence and the cast of Martin are going to be doing a special on BT 30 years after the series started. So that
I thought him and Tisha Campbell hated each other.
I thought they couldn't hate each other, right? But they're getting together for this, so that's why.
Money talks.
Money talks, I guess. Yeah.
I can deal with a lot of people from getting paid.
Now, this is one that I had up on the list, and for the Tinder Swindler, and I said that you should watch it. If you haven't watched it, you should really check it out. I really enjoyed this one. Take a look at it, okay? That's all I could say. But a lot of people are talking about it, and Netflix is making a killing off of it.
Well, yeah, it's in the. If you look, I know it's in the top 10 for the last couple of weeks. It's in the top 10. You know how Netflix gives you that list of the things that are in the top 10, and it's in there.
And
Carol and Joe starts this week, I think Friday maybe.
Carol and Joe.
I have to look on my season pass.
Tom Welling. It confirms returning cast for Smallville sequel. So I really didn't even know this was going to happen, but it looks like it's gonna. So I'd like to see what happens with that. I did miss Smallville.
And that animated Boys thing comes out tomorrow night. Actually, tonight at midnight. So.
Yeah. Tonight that comes out. Yeah.
Boys thing.
The Boys. The
Boys.
Oh, it's an animated,
like an animated
companion series.
Yeah. Better let Blue know in case if she doesn't,
I think it's called The Boys Diabolical. I think is what it's called.
Diabolical, yeah, something like that. Yeah.
The Boys presents Diabolical. That drops at 10 o'clock Thursday, actually, not tonight. And Joe versus Carol comes out 1 a.m. Thursday, so that'll drop tonight.
Is that the time you get it on Plex?
Yeah.
That's
Amazon original. Yeah. So it's an Amazon. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, is my mic okay now?
Yep. It's better.
Yeah.
So I would ask a question, and this was a TV show that I watched this week, the new Vikings, Valhalla.
Yes.
So have any of you guys watched this?
I have.
No. The new Vikings. There's a brand new
Valhalla.
Yeah,
and it's about Leif Erikson, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm into the second episode.
Oh, second episode. I think you said season because I was thinking, no, they but one season. Okay. Any of you guys else watched it?
Haven't started it yet. I'm going to watch it.
I will say this. We watched it, and Blue was sitting there, and she was like, let me look at IMDb on it. Had a horrible rating on IMDb. Had a bunch of people that gave it a 1 star. And that was like within 30 minutes of it dropping. There was a whole slew of people that gave it 1 star. So 30 minutes into it, I was like, what the hell? She goes, there's one thing that happens about 30, 35 minutes into it. And there's a character in it that's a black character that she's in in Norway. And the people said, I'll give it 1 star because it's unbelievable that they have a black character in there. She's a queen.
In Norway?
And but the thing is all right, so I'm thinking, well, first of all, this isn't a documentary. Okay, it's a TV show. And if your main reason to hate this show is because they cast a black woman to be in a prominent role, that's pretty small-minded. I can't see if this was a documentary where you're stating fact. Okay, this isn't. So just because they didn't cast an all-white cast, because let's be honest, there wouldn't have been nobody but white people in it if you're gonna. But that's what makes people put 1 star on it. If you like Vikings, the originals, it's the same feel, the same it's same feel. So if you didn't like Vikings, you're not going to like this. If you liked Vikings, you're probably going to like this. There are parts where it's building storyline. It's not all killing, but Vikings had a lot of episodes that weren't killing. That they're leading, building the story. So I don't know. I liked it. I'd give it a definite, people to watch.
Well,
I was just shocked.
I asked myself the same question as soon as I saw her. I said, "Wait a minute, this is taken in the years. I don't know, 10 something. I don't know. Black people weren't even around in Norway or in North America, right? And it didn't turn me off. It just said, well, there's something which is not right in the storyline, The only other thing I can notice about this one was filmed in Ireland, where the other one was filmed in Newfoundland. So, I'm not saying it's not the location that's making the difference. I think the screenwriting, putting a black woman in a time period where there was no black people at all, That's my thoughts.
Yeah, but there was another thing. If people were hating it because of her character, the other thing is there was a few Asians that I saw that are in amongst it, and then there was a couple black characters that are like Vikings that you see at different points. Right. And I'm like, okay, so are we gonna bash on it because of that too? So I don't know. You guys watch it.
Look, all I gotta say is look at Conan.
Right. That's I was thinking the exact same thing.
You know what I'm saying?
Are these people pissed at Conan because they had a Moor in there?
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. So yeah, it just I couldn't believe it when people gave it 1 star.
Wow.
1. And it if you look at the review,
were they saying why? Or were people giving a reason for their?
No, I can't remember. But I remember Blue said that it was 30 minutes after it dropped. And if you
can you see what it's rated
now?
Can you see what it's rated now? Okay.
I don't remember there being that. There was not that uproar about Conan, and it's the same freaking thing.
Right. Same
so
thing.
What has happened?
That's what I was looking at. Right.
It's so funny that we both had the same freaking thought.
6.9.
6.9 now.
And look at here, 1,500 people give it 1 star.
Wow.
1,500.
There's
can you click on them and see? Oh no, they don't say anything. What they say.
See if there's a Venn diagram that shows which of those fall into the Republican Party.
It's just I'm sorry. I mean, again, I've watched all the Vikings. I can't see you saying 1 star. 1. I mean, it wasn't that bad. If you liked the regular Vikings,
unless they're women, because you know how a lot of women like to watch these type things, and sometimes if it's too gory, they don't like it. Was it something? Could be gory, or
the original Vikings was gory.
Yeah.
Okay.
The original was really gory. I think this was not as gory as some of the first couple seasons. The first couple seasons was rough.
Yeah.
I mean,
So maybe that could be a part of it also. People say, "Oh, well, it's not what it should be," that because they're so used to the gore.
Yeah, but don't forget in this new series, the Valhalla one, there's no people from the old series. They're all new people.
Okay.
So in other words, there's no continuation of the old series into the new season. Like I was always when this was coming out, I was always waiting to see Loki. If Loki's going to be in Valhalla, because at the end of the series of Vikings, he disappeared. We didn't know what happened to him.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought he'd come back again in Valhalla, but he's not there.
So I'm looking through. You look at how I'm looking at So it's mostly males didn't like it, and if we get, I'm trying to look at what demographics. So you get to the males 30 to 44, you get more people, 300 dislikes. Yeah, so it's a male demographic, 30 to 44.
They could say it's not gory enough. They're saying it's not gory enough.
Maybe a 1.
They wanted to see more killing.
But see, look at when you do it the women. Look at the women's vote for one star. It's very small. So it's mostly males. It's definitely mostly males that, for whatever reason, I don't know. I just thought it was very interesting.
It has to be gore. It has to be.
Maybe.
How about that? How about the time period between the first Vikings and this one? Is it before or after?
It's way after. Way after.
It's way after. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, because
I didn't watch the other one. I didn't.
I mean, because they talk about Ragnak and whatever, the boneless, and that those were looked upon as that they made it to Valhalla because they were so great and
right.
And
but another thing in this season of Valhalla, they're talking more about the Christian religion, whereas at the end it only came in, I think maybe in the last or the before last episode, the religion started to come into it.
Well, no, you remember as soon as they went to England, the religion, the Christian Catholic thing started. The Christian thing came as soon as they went to England. That was part of it. So what's that? Season 2 or 3?
Yeah.
So, but yes, religion plays a very heavy part in this season or in this show in Valhalla.
This show. What network was it on?
Netflix.
Oh, it's a Netflix. But regular Vikings was what?
That was history, or it was like history or AM. Yeah, it was AM. It was A&E or history or one of those. It was a cable station.
Okay.
And
no, because that could make a difference also. You know what I mean?
Maybe.
Maybe even like because now if you're talking Netflix and you got people from all over the world that could have been saying, we've heard Vikings was really good, and then they watch it and then they say, oh, well, this isn't what I was expecting. Yeah,
but
it could be a lot of things.
In the first 2 episodes that I saw, you saw the Vikings and they had the cross around their neck.
Some of them, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because
and for me, I'm saying, okay, this is a transition where the Vikings are going to exploit the English or go back to fight the English, but it's all about a religion. It's all about religion, Where in the original episodes of Vikings, there was no religion. It was straight Vikings.
Well, they had a religion. It was just not Christianity.
No, it wasn't Christianity, but
when they got to Europe, they
were all pagans.
Yeah, they were pagans. Yeah, for sure. They along with some gold, they drug home some religious teachings of the Catholic Church with them.
Mm-hmm.
And you got to think about it, at that time, and the Christian religion at that time was really pushing itself, and there was crusades at that time. There was people murdered in the name of Christianity,
Christianity.
because
half
if
of
you're
South
not,
America.
yeah, if you're not going to
Mhm.
follow us and you're going to be pagans, well then we kill you. I mean,
Yep.
it's
Right.
you either join us or we kill you.
Kill you.
It's so so this show does focus on that. Maybe that's part of it. It's not as gory as some of the early Viking episodes, and I don't know. You guys watch it. I think that I'd love
My
some other
expectations on
thoughts.
Valhalla was based on what I saw in the original series.
Okay.
But as soon as I got into the first episode, it started to, notice there's no continuation of Vikings into Vikings Valhalla. There's no transition point.
Well, it's 100 years.
No, well, there's no transition between 1883 and Yellowstone.
Right.
No.
But people sure do love some 1883.
Yeah.
I mean, but
not
there's
no more.
well, it's true. No more. You got your one season. I hope you got it all. So
Now, is the regular Vikings, is that done?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been over for a couple
okay.
years, hasn't it?
Okay,
Yeah.
that's what I thought. But I was, like I said, I don't watch it. But I should have watched it. I know, but I don't know why I didn't. I think it was something between, as crazy as it may sound, because I was watching a lot of Sons of Anarchy at the time, and that came on like after it or something, and it was just like, it just didn't. It just wasn't hitting me right. But it is something that I really do enjoy watching. It's like watching 300 to me. I could watch that all day long, But I just never went back to it. It's I have it, but I need to watch it.
yeah,
Hey,
check it out.
Have you guys all watched the ending of Ray Donovan, the last movie that they put out yet?
No, I didn't watch the movie yet.
Nobody's watched it yet. All right.
No, I didn't.
You're still holding off.
Yeah, but I do have some news for you, Roger. I did finally finish Succession, so at least we can talk
good.
Good. Jesus.
I made sure. I know you guys were waiting, so I made sure that while I had that week, I caught up.
Did
on
you
that.
enjoy it?
You had plenty of time.
Yes,
Did
yes,
you
I
enjoy
did.
it?
Yeah,
It's great.
We'll
The writing.
discuss it. The writing is good. Yeah, we'll discuss it. We'll discuss it.
Now that I remembered to unmute my mic because I kept butting in, I'm like, why the hell aren't they hearing me? I was going to just remind those who like it that the last season of Peaky Blinders has started.
Yeah.
Come out. Yeah.
So if you've never watched that, that's a good show.
And if you haven't ever watched it, there's a bunch of it. So
Yeah,
Peaky
well,
Blinders
it's a
minute.
a bunch of it, which means they're in their 6th season. So
Right,
basically,
yeah.
if you go back and watch the other 4, it's like watching one season of an American
Yeah,
show.
Mhm.
Yeah,
that's true.
the UK and their 6 episodes a season.
Yeah. Well, as you talk about UK shows, I've been hooked on this new one there, this Trigger Point from the UK. I really like it. Trigger Point, yeah. And their update, they made seven episodes already, so I'm really shocked. I don't know if it's going to continue or what are they going to do? But I'd like to see what happens. Yeah, that's a Trigger Point there.
Okay.
Unfortunately, it's a cop show.
Oh yeah, that's right. You don't like cop shows.
No.
Yeah, that's true.
These are like bomb people that disable
Bomb
bombs.
disposals. Yeah.
Yeah.
They are crazy. Anybody who wants to do
Yeah.
that, chooses to do
Uh-huh.
that, they're
Yeah.
a different type of person.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I like blowing things up, other than trying to
The bathroom.
fireworks.
Anybody watch the episode of Snowfall?
I got 2 of them to watch. I'm
Yeah,
debating
me
whether
too.
I'm
I
going to
was-
watch it week to week or wait. I haven't.
Yeah. You're not gonna do. I'm not doing. I'm waiting. I'm waiting.
I wanted to
I don't
wait,
know
but-
how. I can't wait too much longer. I can't.
I couldn't hold off. I have to watch it.
I was thinking about doing the blue. I was thinking about doing the blue and going back a season and start watching last year's season.
we had to do that with Discovery. We're just getting on season 4 because she's like, well, I don't remember.
It's good.
So I was like, well, we can just go back one episode. Well, no, we had to go back all the way to season 3, the beginning of season 3, and now I'm finally on season 4 of it, which is
okay.
All right. So I'll say one thing about Discovery. You want to know the funniest thing that Blue and I crack up on, and it's the stupidest thing, but we crack up.
What?
And that is, let's fly. I said, who the hell was sitting at the table of the writers and said, what are we going to come up with? Make it so, engage, all these words, how every Star Trek has their word. And she's like, and someone said, let's fly. And I was like, I'm like, why don't they just do like, hit it? Like hit it, or let's go, or spore it. I mean, something.
Spore it. I like that one. Spore it. I like that.
Spore it. Let's spore. I mean, something. But let's fly. I was like,
I have such a problem with the concept of that ship in the timeline in the canon of Star Trek. It pisses me off so bad. I'm so glad they moved it 1,000 years in the future, because now I can kind of sort of watch it again.
Right.
But it still pisses me off.
Yeah.
Because
it's
Janeway would have sure liked some of that technology. Let me tell you.
I don't know. We're back into watching it, so.
And Picard starts again real soon.
Picard. Yeah, soon. Yeah.
Okay.
Which the first season, the first 2 or 3 shows, I was like, oh my goodness. But then it did right itself. I enjoyed it in the end. At the first, I was like, oh my goodness, what are they doing?
Yeah, yeah, I'm with you on that.
Blockbuster. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm pissed at Roger for getting me hooked on that freaking Snowpiercer.
It's stupid, but it's so good. It's stupid, but it's so good.
I'm on the first season on that one.
Yeah, I actually the movie, I didn't really like it, and Blue got me watching this one. And I at first I kept rolling my eyes every time she'd want to watch an episode. I'm like, here we go again. But after
you get hooked, all right, it sucks you in.
Yeah, and then I'm like,
that's the problem with. That's what freaking happened to me. It was like the first 3 episodes. I'm like, why the hell am I watching this stupid thing? They're on a freaking train going around the world.
I'm picking it apart.
And it's like, how stupid. It makes no freaking sense. And it was like, well, what happens next episode? So now I'm all caught up and current with it. And that's what I was telling Roger. We were talking the other week. And I'm like, I was like, fuck you and this freaking Snowpiercer. But he said, look, he goes, instead of being a train, just imagine if they were on a spaceship.
I think it's a better show if they would have put them on a damn spaceship instead of a train.
I agree, but it's just, it was, like I said, the first 3 episodes, what am I doing watching this piece of shit? It makes it so stupid. Yeah. So now I'm up current and I'm with it, and it just pisses me off.
But it's a good show.
I want to know what happens next.
That Bean, what's his first name? I can't remember.
Sean Bean.
Sean Bean is so
good. Start.
He plays such a good bad guy. Such a good bad guy.
Oh yeah,
he does.
Yeah,
he is such a jerk in this, and you're right. I mean, because I picked it apart. Like when there was parts when I told Blue, I was like, "It's how many cars long?" And I'm like, "So what happens when you're at the front? You gotta go all the way back. You know how long it would take you to get there?" Well, then we're watching the one episode where they have that little car that's underneath the train, and then they can take that little rail or whatever it is. And I said,
a train inside a train.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah. You said that in there. They said that they have 1,000 wagons on the train. It's 1,000 wagons long.
Yeah, well,
at times.
At times. It changes. You have to watch it on Snowpiercer, 1,027 cars long.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, and it's just like, oh, it's I've a definite love hate.
I don't know, guys. I don't know if I can do it. I don't know.
Let me tell you,
it's good.
It's one of those things. You, like I said, you watch the first couple episodes, you'll be like me and like, why am I watching this show? It's so freaking stupid. And then you get sucked into the story. You know,
I can't let it. I can't let it suck me in. I have too many shows I have to, still watch. I can't.
Plus he's got to get an Oculus and start playing some mini golf. So
there you go.
He's got priorities. So hold Piercer off.
You guys are killing me. You guys are killing me.
Walmart.
So hey, let's.
Walmart has refurbished.
Talk about Oculus. So, don't like I said, Amazon has them. They're selling $50 off, and they even have the 256 K one for the $299. So, just in case if others out there want to get it,
If somebody wants to get in, cheap as possible. Right now, Walmart has the 64 gig model refurbished for $199, and you can add and remove programs. Yes. You don't need more than 64 gigs. It's nice to have, but you don't need it.
Yeah, you can get away with it. It just depends on how many games you want to put on it
at a time.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, well, I mean, it'd be neat if we got several more people who got it. And what we could do is we could have, like, before the Wednesday show is over the weekend or before the next episode, watch it all together as a group.
Yeah, a watch party. It's fun.
Yeah, exactly. I'll watch it together, and that way you guys would have been crying doing American Underdog, and I would have been the old guy in the balcony from the Muppet. Woo!
Yeah.
All right. So hey, let's gotta start wrapping this up towards the end. We're at 6:30.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and we've got any other big things hit before we wrap it up, Alvin? Anything you had that?
No, I got all my stuff out.
Okay.
Everything else will be on Friday's show.
Okay.
Yeah, on Friday's show, we'll discuss all the other stuff.
Okay, so let me go ahead and stop sharing that. So, so just remember, we got the Medea movie for Wednesday. The Beach. Anything you want to say before we head out of here?
No, I hope I enjoy Medea. I need to see something that I enjoy.
Okay. All right. Eddie, what do you have to say before we go?
Okay, I made a mistake when I voted for pass on American Underdog until I got into the movie, but I couldn't change it. Too late.
Yeah, you can change it.
You can change it if you want.
No, I wanted to change it, but my first thought was I didn't like it because it was a football game.
It wasn't a soccer ball. You wanted
it wasn't soccer.
But
I was just busting your balls, Eddie. I'm sorry.
Okay. You're already busted anyway.
I can't wait for Beach's overlay next week for the Medea show. That's all I got.
Okay.
Might get us canceled off.
I think it might get kicked out. Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
I'll just wear my Aubin mask.
It's going to wear my mask, yeah.
Thanks for the invite. Fun as always.
Thank you, Roger. Aubin.
Thanks, guys. Great seeing you again. Great hearing you. Glad to see you all here. And hi to everyone out there on the side chat. I saw Sharon out there. How you doing, Sharon?
Yeah.
And Patty. And I don't have you open right now, but out there, Ed and everyone else. Hopefully, I'll see you next week. Watch your movies, vote, please, and well, we'll talk about that in the after show. All right, talk to you guys later.
Okay. Thank you, Aubin, for all you do and keeping us all together. If you've watching this on my Facebook feed, I also have posted a thing about Coda, because I think for people that I think that movie has been slept on by a lot of normal people that are like, I never heard that movie. I actually put a thread, and I put in all the movies that were nominated for Best Picture, and I put a little snippet of what my thoughts were. So if you follow me on Facebook, if you watched any of those other movies, put your thoughts to any of those other movies that's on my thread there. I think it'd be interesting to see what's going to happen, what people think on some of these movies. So thanks for everyone watching. I know that we cover a lot of movies, we cover a lot of TV show, but thanks for you guys watching. Make sure we watch Medea's Homecoming. And of course I should have a show on Friday for streaming information. So this show is on TV and movie shows, and then Friday is all about the streaming. So thanks for joining, and we'll see you all in the next one.